This person that's performing next, his name is Rich. He's rich in spirit. He's rich in his ability to bring words to power. Uh, he has a lot of roles on his brain, which means he's very smart. He's an engineer, computer science guy, real technical. He can make an application, and he can spruce something with his words. He got that suave to him. I actually met Rich because I was walking around the Memorial Union one day, and I was like, "Yo, I like the way you dress." Then he opened his mouth, and I was like, "Whoa, you definitely can't be from here." But your voice kind of like sung its way to me because it was like a little, like y'all just gonna have to hear him speak because it's just different. Like when I think about Rich's voice, this is what I want to do every time because it's like that suave dance. And so we got Rich. He's about to perform. I'm excited for him. Peyton, if you feel comfortable performing after Rich, let us know because we support you. We want you to do what you do. But if not, don't feel pressure. But Rich, go ahead and take the show. Let these people know. Rich.
Um, okay. I don't know if people can hear me, um, but where's the chat? Okay, we can. All right. So um, the first spoken word I'm going to do is concerning about toxicity, Mr. Toxic and toxic relationship. We all know that everybody's looking for Mr. Right. Everybody wants someone who treat them great and they just want that soulmate. But what about when you meet someone that you think that make you feel a certain way, you just cannot get enough, but it appears that person appears to be toxic. So this the spoken word, it is titled Mr. Toxic, and this is my second piece I wrote. Here we go. Um, I was your poison and your antidote. I was your panic attack and your peace of mind. If you had to choose between me and your heart, I'm gonna win. My sweet little words were the melodies your heart listened to. Your mind was ensnared by my venom, impregnated with these little babies we call memories. It was like I waited for you to be a better woman and break you all over again. You were my best work of art that needed a lot of rework, never quite perfect. I thought that was love, only to realize it was the embodiment of toxicity. I hope, I hope that one day you find in yourself the ability to love again, to trust again, to feel wanted and be enough, to be perfect to the eyes that are meant to love you, to be accepted by someone who know not just to contemplate what a beautiful rose you are, but also how to tender your thorns. Because how often do we talk about how pretty roses are, but forget to mention they too also have thorns. I hope that someday you meet someone that can free you from the ghosts that are threatening the living room of your sanity, the ghosts of your past, someone that can silence the voices that are threatening the borders of your sanity, someone that can bring back the sparkles of your eyes and a smile that is not forced, but one that can brighten anybody's days. Someone that you no longer have to fit the mold, someone you don't have to break your back all over just to feel loved and accepted. My name is Mr. Toxic, not Mr. Right. Don't confuse the two. Don't get it twisted. Uh, that's the first one. The second one was actually my first, and I wrote it for um, during the celebration of Africa, and this one is close to heart and because it's about experiences that I've experienced, stuff I've experienced, and other people I've experienced as well. This one is about police brutality and social injustice, and it's titled "I Remember." I remember. I remember the day I lost my innocence, the day the world shows me America's true colors. I was just a kid with big dreams, didn't know there were two Americas. I was an immigrant, smart, talented, full of hope and naive, believing this land of freedom and opportunity was my golden ticket. That was before I met you, Mr. Officer. You yanked me out of my seat saying I fit the description of a criminal. I didn't even know what a criminal looked like. You pinned me against the walls, busted my lips open, shatters my parents' dreams. Your car is engraved with the word to serve and protect, and I swear in that moment my mind read it as to seek and persecute. Was it all that I was to you? A target, someone you can only talk through to the barrel of a gun. In that dark, cold corner, I was crying, drowning in my tears, and no one was there to save me. I wonder, I wonder what went through your mind when you saw me. Correction. I wonder what went through your mind when you saw my skin color because you have seen me before who I am. You have seen all the love a mother has woven me into becoming a beautiful soul. All the sacrifices of my father has taught me to be a man of good character and integrity. But that's not about you. So to you, I was already guilty until proven innocent. I was just another nigger that should go through your system. I was nobody. Another nobody needed to keep the force of forced labor turning, except in that modern day era. You don't call it slavery no more. You rebranded the justice system. In your courtroom full of biases, the only thing on trial was my naive optimisms, my blind belief to those truths that you claim to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, or that we are one nation, indivisible, and justice for all. But justice for whom? For the rich and the privileged, for the few that can convince to your jury that they are innocent until proven black. Mr. Officer, I saw you change the narrative and reduce my reputation down to a dossier full of lies and try to coast him down into your false stereotype. But I also remember who I am, because if I don't, your word will keep redefining who I should be, what to conform to, and what box to fit me in. I am black and beautiful. A stardust closing a light so bright that the moon becomes jealous to the point she has to steal from the stone because she herself is too jealous of my darkness. We, the people, we are unapologetically black and beautiful, too stubborn and prideful to shrink down to your mean biases. Your chains cannot contain us. Even under your scorching lashes, our resilience remains, our skin don't crack. Mr. Officer, you may try to break us, but we also remember, no matter how many times you shatter our world to pieces or grind our bones down to powder, remember, broken crayons still call it the same. There are chapters of our life still unwritten, paintings not yet painted. Albeit being that broken crayons, we are keep going to keep calling our world and keep fighting, for we are one people, indivisible, free, filled with a thirst for justice. And just like Mandela shouted, Amandla, meaning Africa, Africa, it is ours. We too shall scream. This land is ours. Thank you, everybody. Um, that's my point.
I told y'all he was powerful. I told y'all he was rich in what he had to say. That was my boy Rich.